at least the next game I remember playing a lot on this system. Is, of course, Mario Kart 64, which, again, I feel like we're all familiar with. Yeah, I'll be daring. Oh, only 8 characters, really. That's... I don't know why I'm trying to warm up with Bowser, but, you know, here we are. But yeah, this, like, is a weird thing, because I feel like, as a general rule of thumb, what most people ended up having this hardware generation was the PlayStation for their main pile of games that they were into. Okay. Just take on river controls. But like, I feel like kind of everybody played this. If you didn't like personally own it, then someone did. Second. Oh, I missed. Okay, Toad has probably been heard. This was like every college dorm, I feel like, in the mid-90s to late 90s, just had a N64 set up, and this game, people just like were playing it constantly. Like this, until the release of GoldenEye, was just like in there. And you know, it still holds up pretty nicely. Was the introduction to the whole tower sliding thing, which isn't that bad in this one. I think it was like the 3DS or regular DS Mario Kart, where if you just like played one of the good handling characters, you could just like do this on straightaways and just like constantly get the speed boost. But yeah, this has been like traditionally a very like solid series. The original was kind of, like, disorienting with the, you know, Mode 7 stuff. But still very good. Meow? Meow, come on up. This one, you know, proper polygonal tracks, which helps a lot. The item boxes are a little abstract, but, like, everything else is pretty properly representative. You want to hop up here? Because you can. You're going to distract me when I'm playing my game, but you can. I don't remember that timing, apparently. But yeah, this, like, kind of, like, started off a whole genre of racing game, really. Or subgenre, I should say. Also, the start of Toad having a horrible voice, which is sadly endured. But, yeah, like, pretty much all of these are very good games. Like, the original is really pushing what the SNES could do. This one's just, you know, solid. Admittedly, I skipped some of the portable ones and the one on the Wii, but like Double Dash was great and interesting twist on things. Where you could have like the, you know, pilot and gunner thing going on, and having to like coordinate certain things. And let's see, Mario Kart 8 is like really just fantastically well designed. A lot of interesting like strategic decisions and customization and stuff like that, and just like really nice track design. Unfortunately, I have that for the Wii U, so I'm missing a bunch of tracks and characters. And then there's the new one, which has the whole open world thing. But yeah, like Mario Kart, good time. And it's something like a lot of games have, but like this series is like infamous in some people's minds for having just the real rubber banding going on with the items of just like you don't get the blue shell unless you're like towards the back of the pack. And like I want to win on like pure skill of my racing. It's like, well, like play a game that's not all about wacky items then. I do love Toad's Scream. What do you have there? I was trying to make reading of the shortcut potentially. Not a lot else to say about this one, honestly. It's again one of those games I think we're all at least passingly familiar with. No, I think we're good. Oh, that was my own banana peel. There we go. Shuffle at least a little bit. Oh, that just like killed it entirely, isn't it? Let's see what else is there to say with this one. I think the chance to show it off is only when you do the last set of races, I think. But I remember the like ending theme of this with the credit music just like really sticking with me. It's just like oddly like hauntingly sentimental melody, which is, of course, I say that as Toad is screaming. That one turn be like a lot sharper than it actually is. But yeah, so with everything else closed down, this isn't running at full speed. I'm looking at the little FPS counter and it's saying 50. But this is again like the PAL versions of these, so I guess it's full speed for them. It's still throwing me off. But yeah, this I like a lot of people spent a lot of time with. I had local friends when this game was a thing, so just... one of the nice things about the N64 is it had 4 controller ports just built in from the get-go, which... Okay, finally I got the starting speed burst. So, you know, getting the extra controllers was a little expensive, but, like, you didn't have to get a peripheral on top of them, too. I realize it's a little bit too late to make that. It's pure Donkey Kong, though, I guess. But yeah, so like so many games for this were like really thinking about multiplayer, specifically 4-player multiplayer. A lot of split-screen games. A lot of like gaming magazines at the time were like bragging about their setups of just like taking some cardboard and building weird little tunnels to like actually just divide everybody into having like only 1/4 of the screen they can see with their personal setup of like sketchy like mirror setups to each have their own seat and their own screen. And looked ridiculous in their like weird little hooded old school camera setups. Just in a dark room somewhere. I don't know why I'm just like going out with like Kermit Toad, but you know. He knows what he did. He was ahead of me. I guess somebody like got through the first train or something. Yeah, the character balancing in every one of these games is slightly different. If I recall, the heavy characters in this one can get away with a lot more off-roading than anybody else can, so I should probably be doing that more. Or was it the light characters that do that? Nice, I'll slow down. Yeah, we want to actually use this emulator setup to try something 4-player, because even on original hardware, this did start to chug a little bit when you had that many. So at this point, I mathematically can't... Oh, wait, that was last race anyway. Never mind. Now here I'm definitely getting some slowdown. But yeah, the Mario Kart games, all very good. This one in particular, it was, again, like, because they had the 4 controller ports built in, they, like, really sold this as, like, the having a party system of just, like, 4 people crowded around the table, just massively split screen. Or the couch, rather. And at first it was mostly this. At the end of the system, it was like it was Smash Brothers, and in between you had GoldenEye, and those were kind of like the 3 sacred treasures of the N64. Yeah, that's how that goes. There's, of course, also the whole battle option, and well, if I recall, the time trials in this were one of the very few things that used the actual, like, N64 memory card, which was basically vestigial, because, you know, it's still a cartridge-based system. So basically, everybody just maintained the convention of just like put a battery in the cartridge and just save your games right into the cartridge. But there was also a memory card that plugged in the back of the controller. It held very little, if I recall. This, I seem to recall, used it for like time trial ghosts. I've seen a couple of things actually use it for save files. It just felt very weird. Anyway,